Benjamin Betts. It's all about the Benjamin Betts, baby. You know what's up? Yes, Benjamin Betts, baby.
All right, the Benjamin Betts podcast is back. We have a wrap up of week 3 NFL bets heading into week 4 here. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dickman. I got my other co-host here, Jared Downhauer. Jared, how you living, my friend?
I'm living good if we're talking Benjamin Betts. I'm living real bad if we're talking about my personal fantasy football team.
Yeah, man. That was a brutal week for us. We did pretty well on our picks. We did not get all 6, which is still a little sad, but it was a close week. But yeah, our fantasy teams, that was an awful way for us to go down.
It just brutal. But I mean, the good news is if you look at all of our statistics for this year, we are hitting 66% on every single category except our 6 teams parlay, which we're batting 0 now, but we are sitting 12-6 on our bets, and our mortgages are getting paid at a 2-to-1 rate.
Are getting paid. But really quick, I have some treats for you this episode. I got little audio goodies for you. And to describe, like, we could tell you, people get into their fantasy like, oh, but this catch and this kick didn't go in. We could tell it to you. I want to play a quick little clip. This is how it went for us. This was pretty much sums it up, I think. Right here.
I'm still alive, but I'm very badly injured. I think my legs might be broken, but I'll try to stand up. Oh, yes, they are broken. Perhaps you could toss me a Band-Aid or some antibacterial cream.
I felt this.
This was Sunday, and then we're fine. It's all fine on Monday. Not fine.
Not fine. Like,
not fine.
I literally texted you and said, like, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Like,
and there was hope. We also like that clip. It could encompass our parlay too, because it was looking very good. Like we were humming. There was just a little boo-boo, a little trip up, trying to get the over in the stupid Commanders game against the Bills, where the Commander just pooped the bed. Freaking Sam Howell screwed us over there. So that wasn't good. What was the other one? We missed.
It was the Vikings game.
Oh yeah,
San Diego. Like I just Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry. Like if you're out there watching quarterbacks on Netflix, like he seems like a really nice guy, but I think he's a bum. Like when it comes to be your starting quarterback, how he got that last contract is beyond me. And this is just coming from the heart of a Baylor fan who had to watch that man lead a comeback against him at Michigan State and was sitting sidelined for that. Like I can't ever let that go. As nice of a guy as he seems, as high as his character seems, Kirk Cousins, I think you're a bum because of what you've done to my sports heart.
Well, watching like the quarterback on Netflix, like they definitely like Tim McConnell, is that his name? Or I might be saying it wrong. The head coach, he just loves Kirk. He just loves him. Like Kirk can do no wrong.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Like he seems like he'd make a great best friend, husband. Like he's heading in the right direction with the decisions of his life. Get off the football field, Kirk. I don't like when you're there.
Totally. He had at least 8 plays, maybe 12 between that first drive to score a touchdown, and then they didn't. And then the Chargers were just like, "No, we'll give it back to you here on the 20-yard line."
And then still can't they went for it. Yep. And he throws a pick.
All of those would have got us over. But you know what? You hit the money line Pittsburgh game, which we felt so solid about. On record, I told you I thought the Dolphins game was minus 16.5. Really, it could have been minus 60.5 and probably would have been close to what the total was. So, I think we were spot on with some of our picks. It's just these other ones, we were just a little off on some of these other ones. We're close, my friend. 4-2 each of these first 3 weeks. You're making real money if you're rolling with us right now.
You are. We're up. Like we have extra money that we didn't put in already, ready to go out the door for all of the nonprofits that we're working with. Like
Yep.
things are good. Like you roll this the whole season, you're making a lot of money. And I just got to believe one of these weeks we're going to hit the
Yep.
parlay. Still have time. Still have time to be in the
We
black
still
on
have
that.
time. You weren't sweating, and it remind me of the fourth one, but you weren't sweating the Patriots game. They were comfortably going to win that by 3.
Right.
You weren't sweating the over, or we picked the under for the Browns Titans. That was a disaster, which we knew that was going to be. So that was well under. I'm blanking on. We had another game that went over, I think, and now no, I can't remember. You just weren't sweating the wins there. It was just
No,
those
it
close
didn't
losses.
feel like that at all. Yeah, if you go back, it was we took the Dolphins minus the points. We took
Oh yeah,
Pittsburgh, money line New England. You great pick minus 2.5. The other ones where we hit as the last one was those were all of them. Pittsburgh money line New England minus
yeah,
2.5. Cleveland Titans under, Miami Dolphins minus the points, and then our 2 overs.
yeah.
Got us done
And
dirty.
and you could have taken the mortgage straight up. You didn't even need to tease the points down. You still would have hit that.
Yeah, you
You
still would
know,
have hit that. Yep,
Seahawks
absolutely.
by 10, and Philly by 55. I mean, like we knew those were going to happen. I mean, we were spot on. That's what made this week so hard, is that we lost those 2 close games to get the parlay, and then our fantasy team just this in a crushing fashion, losing by like a point.
That's what it is. That's
brutal.
what it is. But I'm using it as a positive. I've gleaned a lot from these first 3 weeks to where I feel very good for the bets that I'm about to lock in. I feel very good here about week 4. I don't know about you. How do you feel?
I don't know which ones you're going to pick, and I have my 3 that I like, and then I have the 2 mortgage, and then I have a couple backup just in case. I would take these 7 that I have picked right now, and I would do a 17 parlay. Like, I don't know. Week 3, it was like a little bit of a landmine. This week, I don't know. I feel really good right now. I don't know how you feel.
I had trouble picking because I still think there's a lot of parity, and some of the matchup this weeks are very interesting. You have a lot of good versus good and bad versus bad this week.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that gives me a little bit of pause. But even within there, I think there's still some value, and that's what we're going to help you suss out this week here on Benjamin Bet. So I offer it to you. I believe it is your turn to go first, if I'm not mistaken. So
Okay.
I say pick away, Corey Dickman.
This first one, I feel like it's going back to the well. But before I make the selection, I have a video clip for you, or an audio clip. Just
Please.
Yep, play this one real fast.
The sun is rising. Look to my coming at first light on the first day. At dawn.
This is this is how this team feels, Jared. There is hope coming on the horizon for the Minnesota Vikings. They're 0-3. They will get off the schneid and win this game against Carolina. It's minus 3.5. Give me the Vikings minus 3.5. I know they're probably like packing it in for the year, and Carolina was feisty, but I think Carolina's in the draft position, and the Vikings, they have pride. Justin Jefferson's on this team. Like we talked about Kirk, our boy Kirk, there was expectation. Vikings minus 3.5 at Carolina. Look to the east, Jared. Look to the east.
I like that pick. I was really worried. I think everybody saw Justin Jefferson go down on that play this week when he was cramping. If he's out, that's a different story. But I agree. I don't think Carolina, they hopefully have more pride than the Commanders did last week. But I'm with you on that. I'm taking us somewhere a little different. Maybe you might even say drawing from your playbook a little bit. Please, someone tell me why the greatest show on surf is an underdog going into the Buffalo Bills blow out the Commanders. Awesome. Great. I okay. Like, so now all of a sudden they're just because they're at home. Like, that's what's so scary about this Miami Dolphins defense is they didn't even have Waddle offense. They didn't even have Waddle last week. And if
Mhm.
they get down, so what?
Mhm.
So what? Like,
Yeah.
you've got to be kidding me. Like,
Yeah.
so give me Miami. I'll take the 3 points just in case something chaotic happens and there's a last second field goal or a close game or the points don't work out. But
Mm.
what am I missing? Am I missing something here? Is Tyreek Hill still on this team? Is Mostert still on this team? Is Tua still throwing the ball? Did I miss some trade in the last couple of days?
They traded to the Jets. They traded him for Wilson. No, I don't know. People are out of their mind. You only can start questioning the Dolphins if Tua gets hurt. That is like on a broken record. Every sports talk radio says it, but the stats show it. This man doesn't lose games when he's playing, and the Dolphins clearly don't because he plays for the Dolphins. So, I mean, I was going to tempt you in taking the money line plus 130, but if we want to take plus 3, that's fine. The Bills, your track record thus far, a weird Jets game that I know they lost, but that was a weird game. But come on, the Jets, and then they take on Vegas and then the Commanders. This is not 3 powerhouse teams.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people were watching last week. Clearly, the Bills screwed us over with this over, but
they were the
Dolphins,
ones helping. They were the
Yeah.
ones helping.
they were getting us there. Yeah, I love the Dolphins. Again, I think plus 3. Let's not lose it on a weird, fluky thing. But yeah, if you had said money line, I would have been right with you there too. But that's okay.
I'm gonna play because I'm a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
I don't want to get emotional about it. Weather could be weird. I don't know. Maybe the Bills faithful oil the field and make it really slick and cheap. I'm not going to put it past them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's go with Miami plus 3.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you ready for my next pick?
Only if you're going to be ready for my next 2 picks after that.
Oh, well, I hope I'm not taking one from you here. But before I say it, we have to lead in with a clip.
No wonder you mad.
And now go Chargers, go!
You play the next one.
Well, I wonder where you're going next.
Rudy, my producing skills. No wonder you mad has to be the tagline for Broncos at Bears. No wonder you mad.
Oh no, you stealing one of my games.
No wonder you mad. I'm curious how we're looking at this. I wonder if we'll do the same thing. I'm going under 46 points.
That was my bet. That was 100% my bet.
This is going to be gross. This is going to be, we don't know what we are, what we're doing here. We're all getting hate mail. And 46 points. Like, that is wild to me. The Commanders at the Eagles, which I know the Commanders laid an egg on us, but that's 44 and a half. Like, how is this 46? The Vikings Panthers is 45 and a half. So I know everyone watched the Dolphins roll 70 on the Broncos, but child, please, Justin Fields and the Bears are not putting any sort of points like that. Under 46 and a half. Or under 46.
I was gonna pick that too. I looked at that and I couldn't believe the line wasn't somewhere in the high 30s. Because what I'm hearing that all the analysts say is, on the Broncos side, this isn't a Russell Wilson problem. Like, this is a defense problem. And I'm like, well, okay, let's look who's rolling in the most dysfunctional should-be quarterback in the NFL right now in Justin Fields, who I feel like whose coaching staff is just completely screwing him. Like, let the man run. Let the kid run. He's a phenomenal athlete. So, no, I'm with you. I actually am going to let you go twice in a row based on the second sound clip that I heard because I think that may have been fate because I think I was about to steal one of your games, but I want you to say what you were picking, and then I'm going to tell you what I would have picked. But please buy me some time while I scramble and find 2 other games.
And now go Chargers, go!
I'm probably biased because I just love that clip. This is my assessment. Chargers -5.5. I know that's insane. I know that's crazy. I think it'll hit. Garoppolo is in concussion protocol. You got Brian Hoyer throwing the ball. We all love Brian Hoyer. I think he could be your and I's father. He's old man. So I don't think he goes into. I know the Chargers don't really have home field, so I get it. I was gonna take the over here because I'm like, oh, Devontae Adams, but now no Mike Williams for the Chargers. I think they'll be motivated in a divisional game. I just don't see the Raiders. I always try to play this scenario out. I see them down 6 or 7 maybe to end as they're driving to try to tie the game or something. I know Staley's a weirdo and he runs it on 5th down and all that stuff. Give me -5.5. I am worried though. This is going to cost us the parlay in the afternoon slot here, but I feel confident. And like Arnold said, go Tigers, go.
I was going to take the under in that game.
Yeah.
I was going to go back-to-back unders, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to pick 2 of the other games that I felt most confident about. These were like my tier 2s that I would have bet against you, but I'm going to take a wild flip on here just so that you can stick with yours.
Wait, hold on. I want to go under. I want to switch.
You're switching.
I think my analysis has convinced me, and you said it. No Hoyer, no Mike Williams. Under.
I like the under. That's where I was going.
I'm switching.
Okay.
Still go Chargers, go.
Still go
under.
Under.
I'm switching.
I sat and watched. I don't know if you watched the Saints-Packers game this past week, any of it. That's what was available in my neck of the woods.
The Saints-Packers, I watched 0 of it. No.
It was classic Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, March, like, we need something, kid. Like, and I'm all in on Jordan Love. That is my fantasy team right now, is Jordan Love.
It's true.
He is balling. Like, he is making awesome decisions. Like, kudos to Green Bay for getting rid of the ticking time bomb that is Aaron Rodgers' Achilles and for starting Jordan Love. I'm taking the Packers with the points.
Okay,
week.
baby.
This is a Thursday game. This is a Thursday game.
Oh, shoot. Here we go. Our first Thursday game. We're going Packers +1.5.
But I don't know how both of these teams are 2-1. This is a divisional game, but I'm struggling to figure out how the Packers are the underdog in this game. Actually, bump that. Give me money line.
Yeah, let's
Packers.
Go.
Give me money line Packers.
I was telling you, we need to change that to money line. I'm slowly trying to convince you Dolphins money line too. But yeah.
You know what? Hey, you know what? You switched. I'm switched. Money line Dolphins.
Let's go.
Money line Packers. Give it to me. Give it to me. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's gamble, Corey. Let's gamble.
I'm gonna say it, and I think if I say it, it won't happen. I don't know how good our Thursday night record is. I think it's very pitiful. But let's do this.
Let's go.
We'll be riding high. Let's go. Whatever they're not Chargers.
Go
Packers.
Go Packers.
Come on,
go.
I think Christian Watson is back this game. I from everything I was hearing, Bakhtiari, Watson, Jones could have maybe gone on Sunday, but then they wouldn't have been ready for Thursday for the divisional game. So they'll have their squad for this Detroit game at Lambeau Field.
At Lambeau Field, baby. And I mean, it was a glorious moment because that was his first like true home start, and he gave the fans, I think, all the feels and all the juices, and I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah, gotcha.
The other game I'm going. There is a temptation for me to have a vested interest in Monday night, but I have this feeling that the mortgage might be going towards Monday night. So I will humbly step away from that bet. But where I will go is to what 2 teams are you looking at this week and saying there's no way these teams are both 2-1? Like, this is a joke.
Let me look real quick. Who's both 2? Ravens Browns.
No, I would look at that and say, yeah, that sounds about right for this time of the
Oh,
year.
the Bucks and the Saints.
The Bucks and the Saints, Corey.
Bucks-
Now,
let's do-
let me ask you this before I say this. What is Derek Carr's status going into this game?
I don't think the man is playing. I think the shoulder is pretty rough. I think this is a revenge game for Jameis against his old team, against the Bucks. So I don't
Even
think
better. Listen, I don't know. I love New Orleans this year for some certain reasons that will happen later on down the road next 2024. But the juju and the voodoo and the all of that going on in New Orleans, I wouldn't want to be a away team ever rolling into New Orleans. I've told you the story before. I was there when the worst playoff missed penalty of all time happened. I
Wait,
was
what?
there when Sean Payton's Saints, the pass interference that didn't get called coming down the sideline when that guy just got laid out.
Oh yeah, you
I
were
forget.
at that.
I was on the streets of New Orleans. I'm not kidding. Eating a beignet. I'm not. This is not. I was streets away from Bourbon Street. All the bars were open. Literally in the streets of New Orleans, there was a gasp and anger. And I looked at my phone and I saw the play and I looked to my wife and the other couple that we were there with. And I said, we need to leave now. And I was not kidding because it was about to get very ugly on the streets of downtown New Orleans.
Oh my god.
Like that was pre-COVID. I think that was the 2019 or the 2018 playoffs. I can't
Oh,
remember.
I think I remember you telling me that. Yeah. It wasn't the. Were they playing the Rams or?
I feel like it was the Rams, but I can't remember the game. But I
Rams,
could see the play in my head. All of that is to say, Saints -3.5. I don't think it matters if it's Jameis or if it's Derek. I would feel better if it was Derek, but I'll take Jameis in the revenge game. I will go on record as saying I'm not a believer in Baker Mayfield in whatever team he is on.
Yeah, I'm
So
showing -3. Is that?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Saints -3.
Okay, Saints -3. You know, the only bright spot of my fantasy team is my running back core, and Kamara's coming back this week, baby. So week 4 without
Ooh.
suspension, I need a huge game, and then I need to trade one of my 4 running backs. So
I would love to have a conversation with you about running backs,
We can chat after we get off,
which
the
is
pod.
the primary reason I picked. I wanted to pick the under in the Chargers game because Las Vegas is doo-doo, mega doo-doo. Their running back who won the rushing title last year is doo-doo, and they don't deserve to win a game. It's just ridiculous. It's just so frustrating.
They do Josh Jacobs.
I'm doo-dooing Josh Jacobs. I hope he hears this. I hope somehow this finds his way to let him know that Jared from Benjamin Betts thinks he's doo-doo, and I hope he takes it personally, and I hope he gets his butt in gear.
We hear you, Josh. Come on, Josh. Tweet us, baby. You doo-doo.
Come
big
on,
doo-doo pile.
man.
All right. Are we done? Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Is
I
it,
think it is mortgage time.
Wait,
Recap us real quick. Thursday night, we're taking the Packers money line at home against Detroit. We're saying Miami, we don't even need any points. We don't want your stinking points. Give us Miami money line going into Buffalo. After that, the Vikings 0-3. We don't care. We'll take -3.5 going into Carolina. The Saints, some people think they're the Aints. I don't believe that. Jameis, you said Alvin Kamara's back. We'll take them -3. Then Broncos, Bears should be a relegation game. It's just terrible. It's like this old quarterback that should be good and this new quarterback that should be good. Defenses that should be good. None of it is good. Like it's just all bad. So we will take the under in that game. And then finally, our last bet that we have lined up is the Raiders and Chargers. Raiders are doo-doo. Chargers are doo-doo. There's injuries here. There's underachievement here. We're taking the under there as well. in the beautiful sunny state of California. And that's going to lead us up. I have not plugged all of those in, but that's going to win us somewhere around $580 if we hit our parlay
Ooh,
this week.
come on, baby. That's
So,
what I'm talking about.
juicy. But all of that is great. And that will make you a rich individual. If you're betting with us so far, like I said, 12-6 record, I will throw out of there that I am 8-1 just to keep the competitive rival.
Oh, shoot, you're
going
8-1?
8-1. 8-1. That makes you 4-5. So get your life together. Bet Jared. If you're betting one of us, bet Jared. You'd be a very rich man. But I do have to give some props to my co-host, because while I'm off making you rich and famous, Corey's taking care of the necessities.
I'm taking care of the necessities. And to bring us in, I asked my friend KGB.
Hops down the fucking drain. Your fate is sitting right beside you. That ace could not have helped you.
I didn't.
Bet it all.
I bet it all. Put it all on this one. First game that I'm loving here. And it actually, I got to roll into my final clip real quick. Right here.
How you doing? Come here a lot? It's a nice place.
Take us through the house. I won't make you, baby.
What in the world is going on up in here?
What the hell is going on up in here?
You're ruining
We
a
got the
classic.
Chiefs at the Jets, -9.5. Everyone in New York is saying that. They're with Chris Tucker. What the hell is going on up in here? They're ruining the classic. A classic meaning football. I would take 9.5, but Jared, we're paying our mortgage here. This is our house. So we're gonna tease this down to -5. Chiefs win by 5. Taylor Swift's gonna be at this game. She lives in New York. I think the Travis Kelce Swift relationship is a publicity stunt. I hate to break it to you, America.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe in true love.
Her album is redropping, the 1989 one. Her video for her tour is coming out all conveniently pretty soon. So this is all a setup.
Do you know how I know this is real?
How?
Because nothing rhymes with Kelsey. How is she going to sing a song about this? How is she going to sing a song about this, Corey? Nothing rhymes with Kelsey.
She's a phenomenal songwriter, so she'll figure out a way. Chiefs -5. And then you know, you're not my best friend for any sort of reason, or you are for reasons, however that's phrased. You knew where I was going. And to quote Stephen A. Smith, this is blasphemous that the Seahawks were not favored in this game. If you had given me guess the line, I would have said Seahawks -3.5. +1.5 is that flight to. I've made that flight from Seattle to New York. That is a long flight. The whole flight, Pete should just be showing them that spread or the money line, the point spread. Give me Seahawks. We get +6 now in this game, which is obscene. It is obscene, Jared. So your mortgage bet is safe. Like KGB says, I bet it all. Put it all on this. You're going to hit your mortgage. Kansas City -5. Seahawks +6. We're teasing this 4.5 points. We're getting the +100. Remember, we're going even money here. That's our goal. Do it. Mortgage bet. This is the first time I've done a Sunday night and then a Monday night game. So the mortgage will be split out to the very end. We've really covered every time zone.
We're in every time zone this week. So we've got Thursday night. We've got a lot of Sunday. Do we have I need to take a look again. Do we have any of those midday games, or do we get a little break in the afternoon?
No, I think Chargers is
Okay, good. So we're spread. I like that because as long as we don't lose the early ones, like as long as the Packers take care of business, I feel good going into Sunday. And then that's what we want. We're trying to build anticipation here. And just, man, if we could cap off a week getting you your mortgage paid, hitting a 6-16 parlay, having our numbers go from 12-6 to 18-6. What a
Mhm.
week. What a week. We'd be batting 75% across all of our bets and hitting a 16 parlay, which would have netted us. We're about 190 in on our 2-season parlays. We're about $190 in. That would triple your money. Triple
Yeah.
your money.
Triple, maybe triple. I mean, easy all day, all day. I love it, man. I think we're gonna be very happy individuals here.
I like
I
it.
feel very confident in our week 4 picks.
I like it. What's our one rule though that I want to keep talking about it to make sure we don't get caught up come November?
Don't bet the turkey trio.
Don't bet the turkey trio. Don't do
Let
it.
him go.
Don't do it. I
Let
lost.
him
We
go.
lost all confidence. All confidence. We looked like the Dallas Cowboys in a regular season. Hot, 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 hot.
You're gonna
December,
have to
January fall apart.
you're gonna have to keep preaching it because there is a certain team that plays on Thanksgiving this year that's gonna be very tempting to
Listen,
to
you
take
make
that.
you
So
make your bets off the air. That will not be
you know,
the Seahawks will not be allowed to be bet on
home
Thanksgiving.
game against the Niners. This is gonna be juicy. It's gonna be juicy.
You better hope it's like plus 20, Seahawks plus 20. Because listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you right now.
Uh-huh.
If you ask me who the best team in the NFL is, my heart says it's the Dolphins. My head says it's the Niners.
Yeah. It's gotta be the Niners right now. They're just
It's a little different when that defense of the 49ers is on the field.
it is a little different. No, I mean, it's early. Wait till a couple more months. Little injuries here or there. Just not to Christian McCaffrey. He needs to be perfectly healthy, but everybody else get a little dinged up.
Ooh,
Little
man.
dinged up.
Who's that middle linebacker for the Niners?
Bosa?
No. Bosa's on the line. Linebacker.
Greenwall or Greenlaw.
I don't
No.
know, man. Those linebackers look like they were grown in a lab. Like the hits that they're delivering and their speed and their size, that whole team is just terrifying to me.
Okay, I'm gonna read these off. Fred Warner. That's
Oh,
who you're talking
Fred
about.
Warner is a
Yeah,
man
Fred
child.
Warner.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that guy. is-
Greenlaw is also a linebacker, but I think you're talking about Fred Warner.
I am talking about Fred Warner.
Yeah.
That dude is unreal.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, this team is nasty. I mean, top to bottom. But it's like this is how you win in the NFL. You get a cheap quarterback. You know, they traded their first round pick that would have gotten paid if Lance had been any good. So now they got a cheap quarterback in Purdy, and then you just give them weapons and defense. It's like it's how Philly's built. So it just doesn't. It's not a surprise to me.
But it's
that you'll
also I think that's one way, and then the other way is what we're looking at in like Kansas City. And I think historically, as much as I hate Tom Brady, yeah, let's put money into our quarterback, and then he's so good that we can plug in other pieces, and we'll have a top 12 defense and get it done. And that feels like what we're about to like see. Like Patrick Mahomes has been on both ends of that deal, right? He's gotten his ass whooped by an amazing defense with an aged quarterback who still was Tom Brady, but he's also won with some nobodies.
He has. I think when he did that deal for that 10-year, now I know it got restructured, but like at the beginning of the year, he was like the 8th highest paid quarterback. So like that's a decent wage, salary to be able to build a team around. Now they restructure it, he's going to get paid a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, it's either you win with the young quarterback, or you win with the old wily veteran quarterback, or you just have Patrick Mahomes, who's like, one could be the greatest ever.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of an outlier. Or you win with Geno Smith. So one of the three. And that one works for me too. So we'll be all right.
I just love, for listeners, I want to show you what a fan looks like. I wish I had a sound clip ready, and it would be over under wins and losses for last year's Seahawks. That's what I would play right now. Oh, Geno's okay. Blah 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 blah. And then the moment that there's any hope, it's Super Bowl Geno. Like this is the This is the chaos and the belief that only a fan would have. There's no rationality here.
I was so upset at this point last year that we had won a game. Like I remember being so pissed. Like, what are we doing? Tank for Bryce Young. Why are we winning games? And now I'm a believer now. I've come around, Gino. You're a good guy. Just stop turning over the ball and taking 9-yard sacks every other play.
I can promise you that listeners on air that the Thanksgiving Niners Hawks game in Seattle, which I can't think of for this podcast a worse trap. I can't think of a worse trap. Give me my Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. Like that's what I would play for this. This is what I would go fishing if I was trying to catch Corey Dickmans. This is what I would go fishing with. Like this, I can't think of a better scenario to go fish. It wouldn't matter what the over under, what the line is. This because here's what's gonna happen. What week is that? What week is that?
Week 12.
Week 12. Have either, let's say, I don't know when the team's buys are. Let's say neither of them. San Francisco's rolling into that game with a minimum record of 10-2. Minimum. Minimum record of 10-2. Could be undefeated. I don't know. The Seahawks will probably be rolling into that game 7-5.
Oh, jeez.
7-5.
5.
7-5. Mark this down right now. 7-5. The Seahawks are rolling into this game. It will probably be who do they play the week before?
We have our revenge game against the Rams.
Okay, I know historically that's a tough match for you guys. I'm going to say y'all win that. Divisional opponent, feeling good, going home. I'm going to hear so much BS about the 12th man that week. I'm not even going to be able to breathe. Like, it's going to be ridiculous, but it won't matter. Listeners, I will not let this game go live. I will not put it in. I will not add it. This is the greatest Corey Dickman trap I've seen in a long time.
Let me look up distance to the Louisiana border. How long will that take me to get there to place this bet? We'll see. We'll see how we're doing at that point. Maybe we've gotten 2 parlay hits by then. I mean, now let's just roll some money at the Turkey Trio. You know, I think we'd feel good.
Oh,
We'll
stop.
see.
No.
We'll see. I mean, it could be plus. Niners could be favored minus 6.5. Tease that. Plus 12.5 Seahawks at home. I mean, you got to take that. There's no way. There's no way. How do we not take that? How do we not take that? How do we not listen to this man right here? Like, how do we not do this? Just on Thursday, right here.
What fell? All your dreams. Yes.
Your fate? I bet it's all Thursday.
It's not okay.
Seahawks.
Here, I have a little clip that I'm about to send you that I'd like you to play, please, since you are the one controlling our if you would please cue this up.
Where are you? Emailing it to me?
I'm messaging you in the chat.
This should be in the chat. I don't know if I know how to look that up. I'm not sure where the chat is.
Pull up! All crap! Pull up!
Take a base of action. Green group, step across the holding sector of each other.
So here comes Seattle flying in.
47. It's a trap.
It won't be a trap.
I'm trying to think of a better analogy than all I can see is Geno Smith behind an X-wing fighter, like flying in and then realizing that the deflector shields of the 49ers are not down, and it just gets ugly. And I get it. I get it. You know, you could say they're the Jedi and they eventually win the game and yada, yada. But Corey, it is a trap, my friend. It is a trap.
I don't know how like other people feel. I don't know if you feel this way about the Dolphins, but like the Seahawks, the classic Seahawk play in that game will be Geno getting spun around and he tries to make some hero throw right into the arms of Fred Warner, who runs it back for a pick six. Like, and it's just like a disaster of a play. And it looks like something from like flag football when you were 5 years old. And it's like, what are we doing? Just run the ball. You know?
I'm way more jaded towards the Dolphins than you because you have a Super Bowl in the last 15 years. I haven't had a Super Bowl since I've never experienced a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Like all I can do is to like be that a-hole Dolphins fan and be like, well, we had the greatest team ever, 72 Dolphins undefeated. And it's like, I've never met Bob Greasy or Sonka. Like, I don't know these guys, but it's like, it's the legacy that you choose to be a part of.
Oh man, 72, such a long time ago. Marino should have won at least one. Poor Dan.
I mean, Marino is the, pick the Charles Barkley, like just the uber talented guy that just didn't have, he had that chance his second season. They were good. They were real good. But that's how it is. And that's what I wonder with people like, these young, like that could be the story of a Joe Burrow. That could be the story in Philadelphia right now with Jalen Hurts. These guys that experience success really early on. And I just don't think people understand how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl. Like, we're just a bunch of, you played football a little bit when you were younger. I would have gotten destroyed. I never weighed more than there were yards on the field. So I was never getting on the football field.
Could have been a wide receiver. You just don't get tackled.
Oh my gosh. So it's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. Getting back, you have a team like the Bills who like have been solid for the last 4 years, and then even longer time ago, we go to 4 Super Bowls and not win any. But like Josh Allen and them have been close 4 years, and it's just like one weird play that Saints or the Chiefs playoff game, like where they just like threw it away at the end. They haven't been to the Super Bowl yet, let alone win one.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, but I feel good for week 4, my friend.
Let's go. Week 4.
How we recap it next week.
Good week. Be sure to like the podcast. 5-star review. Any help that we can get from our listeners who are making money with us here on Benjamin Bets. We understand that we're giving it away to charity. You may be doing your own thing with it. That's okay. What you could give back to us, shoot us a like on social media. 5 stars on wherever you're listening to this podcast would be super helpful.
Let's do it. Appreciate y'all. We love it. Smash that subscribe button.
Love it.
Follow notifications.
And we promise more sound effects, more clips, more references that maybe only Corey and I can get. But the biggest promise is more bets next week. So be sure to tune in.
See ya.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen,
foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hi, I'm Hank. You might remember me from a show called King of the Hill. Check out a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. These boys ain't right, but they are funny. Find the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. I tell you what.